Welcome back. So last time we explored space and movement across space, in space, around our own space and with others in space. But there's a question that no one seems to have a clear answer for. Theorists in dance are still debating and writing articles and papers about it, or at least to my understanding. And that is dance movement? And is that all that dance is? So this time we're going to look at the opposite, a little like what we did with dance and not dance. So maybe you've already worked with this, but we're going to work and look at stillness as a sort of opposition to movement, right? We all know what stillness is. Maybe we have a clear felt sense. But what is it? We also know what movement is. We have a clear felt sense of that when something is in motion. But what is it? And when does it become dance? And when are pauses, are stillnesses super important in a dance? When do they make the dance what it is? When do they give us a real excitement or joy? When does it allow us to see the dance through the movement, within all the movement? If it's just movement, do we see the dance? Or do we need the stillness to articulate the dance? And where is the stillness? Where does it lie? What is it? Okay, so we've gone from direction, space. Now we're going to look at stillness. No direction, no space, perhaps. So to start, you can be however you wish. Sitting, lying, standing, whatever feels comfortable where you are. And I'd like you to notice the weight on the floor, those subtle pressure of the body against surfaces. And then I'd like you to tune in to the breath, to your pulse, to your heartbeat, and to any involuntary movements, to the eyes, to the hands, to the shoulders, to the toes, fingers, and just feel for involuntary movements, noticing the stillness and the stillnesses that occur in the body, and what kind of tensions and postures and releases that are needed for that stillness to arise. And you can ask yourself, what is already moving in your stillness? What tiny details can you notice when you slow down and you zoom in? So really take a moment this time. So you're going to pause and then take maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to really be still and try and be with that stillness. Feel your body, feel the surfaces, and notice what is moving, and start to observe and be attentive to what is happening in the body and around the body. Okay, now we pause. I hope you had a good moment of stillness, or perhaps not. Perhaps you felt there was an infinite number of movements. This time I'd like you to challenge that a little bit. So I'd like you to maybe stretch, create some tension, and then release. Shift. See if you can find a position in which to be still in. That's going to allow you to be more still. Wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders. You don't need to do anything dramatic either. You could also sort of slowly shift, slowly move. See if that helps. Or try to relax. Allow different body parts to sort of to appear in your mind. When you become aware of them, when they come into your attention, allow them to soften, to become soft and relaxed. So I'd like you to play a little bit. Now we're sort of entering a sort of very small improvisation where we're going through the body and we are challenging ourselves to get stiller, to become more soft maybe, or more rock-like, maybe melting into the floor, noticing every small action. Okay? And we can ask ourselves, how does subtle movement affect the space around you? How does it affect you? How does it feel to notice without judgment? Okay, so we'll do that for a bit. Go away, pause again, go as long as you can, as you feel. Maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, so you can pause. All right, hopefully you feel very relaxed. For this next thing, I want to play a game actually. So you can play this with someone else, or perhaps you can even record yourself doing the game and then watch it back. Because I think in this, I want to start introducing a sense of watching. I want to introduce a practice of seeing what you're drawn to, trying to understand how the performance, the presentation, the being with, in some way, witnessing a dance is affecting your knowledge and understanding of what dance is. Okay? So, either in pairs or performing for a group or recording yourself and then watching back. I want you do a short, big movement, sort of a big gesture, and then I want you to just pause, to stop and try and be as still as possible. And I want you to wait for a little while, and then I want you to move again. Do a big movement, shake it off, and find a new position and stay still. And try to have it doesn't matter what the position is, I want you to be random, like just stop, right? So wherever you get to, just still, like those games you played at birthday parties when you were young. And then stay still in that position, and this time, I'd like you to double it, and then move again, and double it again. So each time, our stillness is getting longer, but it's always altered by a big movement. Big movement, new position, and then hold that position, and then double the length of the position. One way to do this, which is a good practice, is that you count. So let's say you move on one, you do one big movement, and then you stay still for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, move on one. And then you stay still for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and move. So there you see we've doubled. A little trick, when you get into many 8s, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3. So you see I'm replacing the 1 of each bar with the number of the bars that I'm counting. So there's one way you can sort of practice actually doubling with a sort of accurate measure by counting in your head how long you're pausing for. So you can try that if you wish, or just try doubling the duration which you're still for. And then I'd like you to watch. And I want you to see what happens to that position. And what happens? Does it become more interesting? What do you see? Does it draw out qualities from the movement that had just happened? Does it build anticipation for the new movement? Do you find yourself wanting the stillness to last longer because you want to see more detail? Yeah, so it's a little bit of a game. Basically, we're accumulating stillness, okay? So see if you can give that a go. Take as long as you need. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, great. I hope that was useful and exciting. I find it so rewarding. I get mesmerized by it. So now I'd like us to explore stillness a little bit. I'd like you to play with where you put in those pauses, those holds, those waits, that suspension. In a way, I'd like you to play with minimalism. Now, minimalism is a big aesthetic concept. However, the way I'm thinking about it is I want you to do just enough. I'd like you to dance with just enough. Maybe you don't move at all. Maybe your dance becomes very still and it's just the blinking of eyes or the twitches of fingers, or it's energy and tension and intention that is building and decreasing in your body, in your mind. Or maybe it has big movements. Maybe it has a lot of dance, but you're paying attention on exactly what is needed and how those pauses can amplify and exaggerate the movement in between, or the positions, or the stillness, the qualities of stillness that can exist, or the tensions and shapes and stories that are wrapped around our different limbs and parts of us. Okay, so this is a very open task, but there's no right, there's no wrong. You can do as little or as much as you want, playing with energy, tension and intention, noticing tiny shifts and adjustments, and even just the breath, micro movements, and how they play into our dance and what we feel to be dance and what is important in our dance. So you can ask yourself, where is the emotion? Where is the movement and stillness coming from? And what is creating this dance that we're dancing? So take 2 minutes, 5 minutes to just explore these questions, this world of motion and stillness. Okay? I'm going to pause and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, great. So we've done a lot of different things today. We have moved on from looking at direction and how the space shifts and changes our dance, to looking at how stillness plays a role in our dance, how stillness allows us to notice the movement, and perhaps how movement, in fact, allows us to notice stillness, and how slowing down, coming into our attention and being more attentive, provides us a way of being more detailed and accurate and controlled and consequent with what we are showing, what our dance is. And hopefully also with the little game, we start to become aware of the importance of sharing, or if it has any importance at all in our dance. Like, what is it about the experience, or is it about that experience being present, existing, being shared? Or is it about communication? Is it about articulating a certain quality or message or experience to an exact meaning or not? So we've sort of explored those things, and we can now see how maybe stillness can play a role in our expressiveness, in our choreography, in our choreographic practice, in our improvisation, and in our creativity. So again, take a moment maybe to journal, to write a little bit about what you've discovered, what came up for you, what was important, to put some words, to reflect. Otherwise, we will stop here and we'll come back next time. And as a little bit of a bonus, I'm going to leave in the notes of this class a recording of Steve Paxton, where he's guiding something he called the small dance. And it's a dance where you stand and he guides you through different ways of being in the body. And this is sort of an extra, it taps into these qualities of micro movements, of a dance always happening, and introduces you to Steve Paxton, an amazing choreographer, and a very interesting. There's a lot of things. I recommend you research and find out more about Steve Paxton if you're interested, and all the people he worked with and that participated in this stuff. That's it. Next time, we will be looking at weight and gravity, I think. And we're just going to keep on building on top of this. And if you get a chance to see some of Steve Paxton's other work, weight and gravity might seem very relevant. But also start to draw on your own references and to consider, how is stillness being used in them? Or how is direction and space being used? Perhaps if stillness or space is even important in those dances, if that's what they're working with. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're approaching their dance from a different place. So start to incorporate your references into your understanding of your dance and what makes them important for you, and what makes the qualities that you see in them important in what you want to do, and how you can use them, and go from there. All right, this is truly the end. Thank you. Hi, Thanks for listening. If you can support the podcast, please go to paypal.me/dancepeter. I'm just looking for a little bit of funding to help support the cost of the hosting. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much.